Welcome back to the channel. What's good, guys? Glad to see y'all. Glad to see y'all, man. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And what I have pulled up, man, right now is Slime Pack. She is a content creator. She is a Prime Ink driver, and I believe she's hit the wall. It says the dark side of being a solo truck driver is trucking for you. But we're going to go ahead and explore what Miss Slime Pack has to say because I believe she has a lot of good things, and this might be one of her best videos to date.
Hey, what is up, Slime Pack Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another vlog, y'all. I'm sitting here waiting on my load. So far, I've been sitting here for about 3.5 hours. My load.
Now, let me tell you, whenever you're sitting at any customer and it's over 30 minutes to an hour, you're looking at your clock like, okay, your mind start wandering and your mind start racing. Okay, it's time to do something. Let's see where she's going with it.
Ready, so y'all know we about to start getting that detention pay. I'm currently at a Tyson, so I'm not sure if y'all done seen this video yet, or the video may be to come where I picked up at the Tyson in Kentucky. But anyway, that's not what this video is about, y'all. This video is more so on for my people that's thinking about getting into trucking and that's about to be out here on the road, like you just got done, just got your CDL. And for the people that's at home thinking about it, this video is probably gonna help you out a lot more. And also for my people who just like to watch the truckers, you know, a little every day and just try to see in the eyes of a trucker. So y'all, I'm gonna start this video out by saying
speed up a little bit.
Trucking is easy. It's easy to drive a truck. It's easy to back a truck. In the beginning, of course, it's not.
I would disagree and say that trucking is not easy. Too many accidents that say that trucking is very difficult. Too many people that die behind the wheel. Too much. If trucking was easy, you wouldn't have insurance policies that are $1 million to own your own truck. To have an authority, to have your own authority, you need $1 million in insurance. That ain't easy. But I think she knows she's talking about handling and maneuvering the machine. It may be easier to some, difficult to others, but I'm going to say overall for the majority of the population. Because if trucking was easy, more people would be in it, more people would do it. They wouldn't be screaming. There is a driver shortage, but I digress.
You're gonna learn over time what works for you, what don't work for you, like how much you can handle, what you can't handle. You know, the more you sit in this seat, the more experience you're gonna get, the better you're gonna become. So the hard part about trucking isn't driving a truck, it isn't backing a truck. I think and I feel that the hardest part about trucking is being a truck driver. And the reason why I say that is because, for an example, for the people that look at the videos on YouTube, a lot of them say, oh, that looks fun. That looks simple. They look happy doing that. They look happy doing this. It looks like they're just out there living their life. That's what y'all see. But the outside doesn't reflect the inside. Being a trucker can be hard for some people. I say that because of the mental. Like being a truck driver, like this right here will make you or break you. If your mental ain't right and you just can't, how can I say it?
Well, I'm gonna say this, right? Slime Pack, whenever I think Jasmine, whenever you get up here on YouTube, right, and you start posting your settlements, I made $10,000 this week. I've made $8,000 this week. I made 6K this week, and you and your contemporaries, right, and your colleagues over there at the machine, y'all in those big shiny trucks. They look clean, they look good, and y'all keep bragging about the money that y'all make, but y'all don't talk about the downtime. Y'all don't talk about the times when you're sitting at a receiver or waiting to get unloaded, right? Because there have been plenty nights where you are at a receiver, 5 hours go by, 8 hours go by, and your whole clock done reset. You done took a 10-hour break, right? And guess what? That was at the beginning of your drive shift. So now, depending on what company you're at, you're going to have to wait till midnight to start driving again because all your clock is gone. But y'all don't speak on that. Y'all just talk about where I'm at, how much money I made, should you get in trucking. I made 6K this week. But there is a darker side to it. Drivers do get tired of the BS. Let's keep on rocking.
Plenty of videos out there telling you, okay, before you get in the truck and you should have this much saved up. You need to bring this with you, bring that with you. Do this, do that. Nobody ever talks about like the mental part, having your mindset, your mental, and your
That's true.
Having that together, because being alone in this small box for long hours of time, it can deal with your thought process. It can deal with your mental. Like, it gets lonely out here. It do get lonely, and yeah, we got FaceTime. We talk on the phone. We can listen to music, podcasts, all of that stuff, but it does not replace that physical presence of your loved ones, another human being. Like, it doesn't replace that. And what?
That's right, man. I always call, that truck is something like a cell. It's like a moving jail cell. It really is, because you're in a confined space for hours at a time. And it's just you and your thoughts. Nothing else. No human. The only human contact you'll come in with, you come in contact with, is whenever you reach a truck stop, when you have to walk in and get some fuel. And depending on the type of personality that you have, and depending on where you go, right, those people will ignore you. Whenever you walk into these business establishments, they can ignore you, depending on who you are, right? So you can be invisible all day long until you reach your customer. Speak to whoever who's in the office. Maybe you speak to a yard jockey. Maybe you speak to a security guard. Maybe you speak to somebody on the docks. Then you right back to your box for another 5 hours, 6 hours, all by yourself. So your mental is going to have to be stable, to say the least. Maybe even off your rocker to be isolated. Maybe you need to be off your rocker. I said stable, but maybe you need to be a little bit off your rocker to be isolated for hours at a time. I just not thought about that. Maybe you need to be crazy just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see where she's going.
We really decided to do this video because I was at a truck stop, and as I was leaving, I seen the ambulance coming. So I'm just thinking, the ambulance just going another way. The ambulance turned to the truck stop. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe, something happened in the store. No, the ambulance goes to the truck parking and goes to a truck, to a driver. And it's like, man, we out here, we never know what another person is going through. And
that's a fact.
Just sitting there in the truck alone. Like, you could be talking to somebody. A lot of times I talk to my family. I'll be like, yeah, I'm good. But then inside, I'm not good. But we're going to always cover it up. So, the family ain't worried about us back at home. But there are a lot of things that a truck could deal with daily that y'all don't see it because it's on the inside and it's up here. A lot of people can pass away from loneliness. A lot of people can deal with depression. Like, we don't know what's going through somebody's mind. That's why, like, it was one of my videos where,
she's, the longer that you be out here, then you really start to see some things. And now you can get some real perspective on trucking because you see stories and you hear stories about truckers being found in their truck dead. And she's right. Sometimes it's loneliness, sometimes it's a heartbreak, sometimes it's a heart attack, right? Trucking is really, really hard on the body. It really is. Trucking in general is just hard on your body. The food ain't great out here. Mix that, it's an unhealthy lifestyle. And it's real easy to develop bad habits out here. Your sleep patterns all messed up. Sometimes you can't develop a good sleep pattern. And if you're in the habit of chasing money, you can, because I find myself sometimes I'm chasing money, right? Instead of going to a safe place to park, I will park at a customer or receiver on the side of the road, right? Instead of stopping at a truck stop to maybe freshen up, right? It's the small things, right, that really moves, that it really matters. You're not taking care of your health. You're not really worried about your mental health. You're not worried about your spiritual health out here. You're just burning miles, bouncing up and down on down the road. Yeah, I had one student was like shaking your organs. And really, you could be doing a whole lot more to fix yourself. But let's see where she's going.
somebody was like, you should have said this to that driver. You should have said this. Or I would have said that if I was you. And it's like, y'all, I'm telling you, people are crazy. We don't know what's going through somebody's mind. Anybody could be waiting for that moment to just explode on somebody. And all it takes is just one bad interaction with somebody and they can explode. That's why I try to always swallow my pride, close my mouth, and just handle stuff a nice. Whoa! Look at that bug. When it get in here? Oh no, we got to get that. No.
That's a stink bug, y'all. They say whenever you,
Yeah, I'm sitting here
whenever
to
you,
video and that just happened.
they say whenever you kill those stink bugs, they release a smell. One of my students was like, "Hey, that's a stink bug," because I've never seen one. At least I never paid one any attention until I got into trucking, right? It's like, don't kill it because it'll release a smell. And ever since then, if one does get into my truck, I'll just roll the window down and let it out.
I don't play about no bugs, no flies, no nothing in my truck. But back to what I was saying, what was I saying? Like, yeah, we never know what somebody's going through. Anybody could be waiting to explode. They just waiting for that moment. So when I'm out here, like, even if somebody got an attitude or approached me the wrong way, I still try to go about it in a positive manner. And we never know, like, it may change their outlook on everything. Like, when I see somebody, I always speak, hey, how you doing? Because sometimes interaction with people in a truck stop be the only interaction some truckers have. Some truckers don't have family. A lot of truckers lost their family out here on the road. Another thing, y'all, have you somebody that you could talk to. Whether you close with your family or not, just have you somebody you could talk to, somebody you could vent to. That's good to have. I know some people be like, I don't need to talk to.
Well, she just said that some people don't have family. Then she said, have family to talk to. Well, I'll go a little further. I think there do need to be more driver advocacy, right? I know with the company that I work for, they do offer, someone to talk to on a hotline because, people, like she said, you don't have family because a lot of people, they don't have family and it's them by themselves. some of these let's say immigrant workers, they coming in on a visa and they're working, right, and they left all their family behind. Their family is the company that they're working for, and the relationships that they building while currently working, right? So I would say maintain those relationships if possible. If possible. But sometimes that just ain't in the cards for truck drivers. Like I said, you kind of be off your rocker to be a trucker. You're kind of like a loner. You kind of like your space. But let's go.
I'm a loner. Like, yeah. Just you need to have you somebody you can talk to. Especially like
Shut up.
another trucker that's experienced, somebody you can call up and be like, hey,
There you
think
go.
about this? What do you think about that? Somebody that can, how can I say it? What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, my brain be going blank sometimes. I know the word is like right there in my head, but I can't get it out.
Vent.
Let me see. Let me ask. I'm asking Google a question. Oh, mentor. It's good to have you a little mentor out here on the road. I have two people that I always go to. Of course, my trainer and No Hippie Trucking. Shout out to No Hippie Trucking and my trainer Norman. Vaga made me on YouTube. I'm gonna put both of their channels up there. It's good to have you like a mentor out here in trucking, especially when you're new. Because a lot of the stuff that you learn in school, it's a whole different world whenever you get out of school and you get out here in the real world. Like in school,
That's true.
Don't do this, don't do that. But you get out here in the real world, it's like sometimes you got to do what you got to do. That's all I'm gonna say. You just got to do what you got to do. Like nobody is perfect. Nobody is a perfect driver. Mistakes are going to happen. Sometimes mistakes have to happen so that you can learn and you can gain something from those mistakes. Because I made a lot of mistakes, and it's like, had that mistake not happened, then I wouldn't know to prepare for this or to prepare for that, if that makes sense.
Now, before she even get into her rant, I don't watch all of her videos. I'm not going to say that I do, right? Um, but whenever I do see like a headline on her video, it doesn't say anything about a mistake on her video. So I don't know what she's talking about, her making mistakes, because she is one of the drivers who make trucking seem easy, right? She every video is hunky dory, is all fun and games, money, maybe a guy hollering at her at the truck stop, right? Maybe. And that's it. We don't know the real you out here. We don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know that in some of the scenes, y'all gonna see, driving footage, and y'all gonna hear me talking. All of this is gonna connect together. I promise. Like whenever I'm driving, at times I don't feel like talking to nobody. Sometimes I don't feel like listening to music. I don't feel like listening to nothing. I just like to drive with nothing on. And a lot of times when I drive, I be in my deepest thoughts, and that's whenever I have the best ideas. So what I do is I start a voice recording and I just vent to myself. I just talk to myself. So that's what y'all gonna hear. Some of the voice recordings and everything is gonna tie in within this video. I'm gonna open up y'all just a little bit. Me, for example, whenever I first came, I think I mentioned this in another video before. I'm not sure. When I first got into TNT, I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this or whatever. But then as time went along, and the more time I spent away from home, family, it's like I have my trainer there. It's like I'm still alone. Like I don't know this person. I know of him. I don't know this person. So it's like I'm not in my comfort level. I'm not in my space where I'm the happiest. And there were times where it's like stuff would hit me hard. It's like I would have anxiety. No, like nobody really knew this. Like not even my family. Like I would have anxiety attacks because I bottle everything in and I seal it up with a smile, a laugh, or a joke. Oh shit! Here we go. Now we're talking. See, and this is the real side of trucking, right? This is it because you're there alone, all by yourself. all in that box, man. And it's just you, your thoughts, and this big old machine going down the road, and you're trying to maneuver it in and out of tight spaces, in and out of these cities, going down small city blocks, residential neighborhoods, sometimes where your customer is. Backing it in, trying not to hit the trailer. Maybe you did hit a trailer. Maybe you pinched the curb. All of this stuff, man. Now you're talking.
Like I had bad anxiety. My trainer didn't even know. Like it would be an anxiety attack to where like I literally can't breathe. Like I'm back here, I'm trying to breathe. It's like I'm trying to calm myself down. Nope. Like it don't matter. You can vent to somebody, but you can vent to somebody on the phone. It's never, but then at the same time, it's never gonna be. You're never gonna have that comfort as if you was vent to that person in person. Like me, I'm always around someone I love. Now I do be alone. I do be alone, but it's like within a day, almost every day, you know, I was gonna see my mama, I was gonna see my grandma, I was gonna see my brother, I was gonna see my family every day. But then once that was like taken away, it's like, oh, okay, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing on this truck? Then
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch all of this. Shout out to Slime Pack. Shout out to Slime Pack. Slime Pack Nation. Hitting the wall. Being exhausted. It's one of those things that all truck drivers go through. And it usually happening around about year 2, year 3. Trucker Brown has a few videos speaking on hitting the wall. Trucker Brown speaks on it. I speak on it from time to time. Trucker Richie Rich, he'll drop a video on hitting the wall. All year long for Richie Rich, he's been on. He's mentally out of it. It happens from time to time. It will happen. Year 2, year 3, maybe you get over it. Then another 2 years roll by because you done figured it out. Maybe you done moved to a new company. So then you're learning new things to kind of get you through. And then you're at the wall again. Trucking can get very, very repetitive and mundane. That's why it is good for you to learn new skills, pick up new habits, do new things. As chaotic as trucking can be, learn to master it. Learn to master your schedule. I made a video about getting back to the basics. Learning how to really maximize your clock. And if you got to the point to where you maximize your clock, get to where you can be OTR and still have somewhat of a schedule that's set. Become one of those drivers who get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, out by 5, up at 3, gone by 4. Be one of those drivers. Or maybe you'll be a a 9 to 5 driver, God forbid, because you get to a rest area, them joints closed. But maybe you become a overnight driver, and what you drive is from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the afternoon. That's your learn to master the gig and get better at it. And then once you get better at it, learn new skills to keep you occupied because man, it can get tough out there, let me tell you. You'll be by yourself. Shit, let me tell you, man. I lost both my parents. My kids, I talk to them from time to time, but they're grown too, right? They're not small. They're grown. They have lives of their own in college and moving and shaking. So I don't talk to them as much as I would like to. So there be days, because you know how teenagers do. There be days where it's just me and YouTube, me and the radio, me and the book, me and the Bible. The Bible. So I get out the truck and start walking around, get some exercise. Oh, yeah. I got some dumbbells inside of the truck right now. Work out. Find ways to break through. Find ways to do it. Because if you don't break through this job, it will break you. Don't get it twisted. It ain't easy. Trucking ain't easy. Forget what these YouTube drivers try to portray, display, put on, show you, document. It ain't easy. And if somebody tell you that trucking is easy, they a lie. And the truth ain't in them. Men and women are found in their trucks dead. People drive these trucks and they have killed people. Women, children, a busload of people. These trucks kill people. If everybody could drive a truck, they would. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. I know these YouTube drivers, they get up here, man, they start talking about the money that they can make. That money's drying up now. And you have to get to a point to where you're good enough to sustain that. Because let me tell you, these companies will cut your pay. They will cap you. You think that you're doing great one week, man, and you're on a roll and you're like, man, I have 3 more days in the week. I can put another 3K in the week, man, take me over the top. And next thing you know, something, because it's always something happens. And you're like, damn, something always happens. And that can really mess with your mental out here. Man. And once that happens, for the 3rd time, for the 4th time, for the 5th time, you're like, oh man, okay. I'm doing everything right, but something keeps happening. I want everybody to go check out this guy's trucks. I think that's his name. This guy trucks. and he just left a trucking company, and he was like, the job was okay. Like he been there for, I want to say 2 months, maybe 3 months tops. But he's been driving for so long to where he trucking is like the back of his hand. Only thing you got to do is just learn the technology that they use. Once you learn their technology, it's all up from there, right? But he spoke on there have been several weeks where he done set himself up to have a great week, hours straight. He got the hours of service. He's feeling good. He's already done maximized maybe the first half of the week to where all he have to do is just ride it out the second half of the week, man. Just execute what he's been doing the previous 3 or 4 days. And then something happens. Okay, let's try this again. Set himself up. Hours of service, great. Money, great. First half of the week, good. Second half of the week, it's gonna take me over the top, man. I'm gonna have one of those weeks that's like, ooh wee, man, I can really get ahead. But nope. Something happens. And you can see how mentally in and out he is. Trucker B, similar story. I'm name dropping. I am name dropping, Jack. Cause let me tell you. Cause let me tell you, man. It happens to you. It will happen, and your mind need to be in the right space. You gonna have to be on it, man. Trucker B was talking about how the first half of the week been great. And he was setting himself up for like a 7K week, something like that, man. And those weeks they don't come around often, especially in this type of market right here. They just don't. You might get one, maybe two, one every 6 months, right? So he said, man, he was on a roll, man. All he had to do was just execute what he's been doing the previous the previous week. And sometimes, man, you know what you'll do, right? This is what you'll do. A load that was supposed to deliver the previous week, you'll put it on the next week, right? And that week and that revenue will accumulate with everything else. So you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna just have me one of those jam-packed weeks, right? But he said, yo, he got to the end of the week, man, and something happened. He said the actual fleet manager capped him. He just came out his mouth and said, yo, you capping me. Man, I was rolling good all week long, and then all of a sudden you done capped me, bro. I done been there, done that, man. I already know this job. I know what you're doing to me, dog, and I don't like it. Vent about it. Get up here on YouTube and tell your story. Because it ain't sweet. Driving and maneuvering that machine is one aspect of the job. Driving it forward is one aspect. Backing it in is another aspect. Keeping your mind sane when you know your fleet manager is playing games with your money, when you know You could be at 6K, 7K for the week, but they're gonna cap your miles and give you a crappy load at the end of the week, so you're at 4,500. Man, your mind need to be intact whenever you're at a customer and you're there for 4 and 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. Man, one time I was at one customer for 3 days. I had product on my truck for 3 days. Of course, I got detention pay. But the principle of it, man, I was there for 3 days. I think I'm gonna release that video one day. But you're gonna have to have your mind right out here, man. This shit ain't sweet. It ain't easy. Slime Pack, you probably want to take that one back. It ain't easy. Driving the truck, maneuvering the truck ain't easy. It's not, man. More truck drivers have more rookie truck drivers have more accidents than any other vehicles out there on the road, man. Rookie truck drivers. Rookies be tearing some stuff up, man. Whether it's somebody's fence, a stop sign. Man, I seen one video, man. There's a prime driver downtown Dallas. Took out a whole traffic light, man. Just gone. It ain't easy. Top that off with the mental gymnastics that you have to pull off in this job. I don't wish that on nobody. No. That needs to be spoken about a little bit more. That's all I got for the time being. If y'all hit the road, or hit the wall, I should say, I want to hear about y'all hitting the wall. I want to hear about a time what you've done to get over. Or if you've known somebody who's hit the wall, speak on it. Anxiety attacks, speak on it. Crazy customers, speak on it. Fleet manager tripping, speak on it. Put it down in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy, the Big Money Trucker, man. Until next time, keep the rubber side down on the road, man. Until next time, peace, man.